So today is February the 1st, 2025. So, anyway, this story I'm about to tell you is about a gentleman. There's not too many gentlemen I talk about, but there's a few. So, in 2006, the females that I'm driving and doing readings on and working with in the adult entertainment industry want me to meet someone. And I said, okay, I'll meet this person. And he comes to the bar regularly, and I've seen him there, but I've never got introduced to him. So, this one evening, I get introduced to him. And what he does for the female entertainment workers there is he protects them. We won't get into that. And there's a lot of people that protect them, but he's one of them, and the females like him a little bit. But they want me to meet him because maybe do a reading on him and stuff like that. So I meet this gentleman, and he sits in the same spot where I sit in the bar. And he seems like a really nice person. As soon as I shake someone's hand, I'll find out their intent. And then I shook his hand. His intent was mostly curiosity about me. So he's heard stories about me and my readings and stuff like that from the females. So I asked him if he wanted a reading, and he says, "Yeah, I'll get a reading from you." And so I started off with, you have children, and he goes, "The girls could have told you that." So now I understand he's a real skeptic, and he doesn't really believe. So I do the reading, and he thought that perhaps I got all the information from all the females that he knows that I'm driving and working with. But that's not true, because realistically the girls don't tell me anything about anybody, because most people want to be private and discreet. And that's a rule that most of them live by. So I said, okay, then, I don't know what else I can do. And he started to proceed with things like, well, I heard you were a nice person. And, did the reading and everything. And there's some things that I said and stuff. So he was okay with it. He goes, you probably got some things right by luck. So anyway, time goes by. And I'm still doing the readings and all this. And we become friends. And I never really get to make many male friends in this business because I'm around females constantly. So it's kind of cool to have a male friend. And then he goes to me, he goes, "I'm going to protect you too." I says, "Well, that's not really necessary to protect me." He goes, "You never know. Something could happen and you need protection. I'm there for you." Anyway, I'm in the bar all the time. So I said, okay, that's cool. And he started to proceed to tell me how I do what I do. He says, those readings that you give these girls are all positive. You hardly give any negative. So you tell them something positive that's going to happen to them, and they just make it happen. They do it. And I thought about it. I says, that's a possibility. And then he had this thing about manifesting. He says, when you manifest things. So that's that luck that I told you, how you got something right about himself. He says, you manifest it to happen. And I said, well, I don't know. I understand manifestations, that you can make things happen with it. But I don't have a lot of time with these people. Like the females, they're with me, 15 minutes on a ride to work, 15 minutes on a ride home. And 90% of the time, there's 3 or 4 of them with me at the same time, going to work or going home. So, and then at work, I'm the cook, so I'm cooking. It's difficult to manifest things when you have so many things that you're doing. I'm driving. There's too many people around me to manifest anything there. I'm cooking. I got to be careful I don't cut myself, because I can't manifest everything. So I'm thinking that's not it. So he's trying to figure out how I do what I do. And I ended up telling him that, listen, I was in the psych ward, and they couldn't figure out how I do what I do. And he goes, I'll figure it out. So time went by. about a year. So we're friends for about a year. And so the time went by for my father that I have to be here 3 years to give him the strength he needs in, let's call it, the third dimension, or this, or where you go as a spirit or a ghost or whatever it is you want to call it. And that he can move things now. And he's got strength, he's got power. The other ghosts can't beat him up all the time because now he's powerful because of, well, myself, my mother, and my grandmother. But mostly me, because I can go to that realm, which I don't like to go to. The spirit realm is not a great thing. I like being in this realm, and talking to spirits from this realm is okay. That doesn't bother me. But anyway, let's get back to my friend. So I'm going to Italy, and I tell him, I say, listen, buddy, you're going to save somebody's life. He goes to me, he goes, no possible way. I go, this person's even going to owe you a little bit of money. I don't know how much, under $150, something like that. And he goes, if he wants to hurt himself, I'm going to let him hurt himself. I said, no, he wants to commit suicide. You save his life. He goes, no possible way. And I go, yes. I said, you're also going to have a baby boy, because he has 5 girls. And he goes, I wish to have a baby boy. He goes, you're manifesting and you're just trying to give me false hope. I said, no, you're going to have a baby boy. He says, this all happens when you leave? I said, she's already pregnant. You just don't know about it, but she tells you. And then you ask me to look for her, and I can't find her. Because in the adult entertainment industry, when a girl wants to disappear, they can disappear. No matter how many friends you have looking for them, it can happen. But anyway, I proceed. This is when I give him the long reading, because now I've known him for a year and this and that. And he's like, listen, you've known me for a year. You know my ins and outs, my character. You're very intuitive. I didn't even know what the word meant, intuitive. I know what it means now. But anyway, so I tell him, okay, you have a baby boy. We can't find that girl at the time you asked me to find her, even with all the females I have helping me in the adult entertainment industry that I drive and I work with. And then you and I, we don't see each other for some reason. It's not an argument. It's like we just move on our different ways or something. I don't know what happens. He goes, do I die? I said, no, you don't die. I said, now you're asking questions. That means you're thinking. He goes, no, I just wanted to see what you would say. That's what he said. And I said, no, you don't die. So he said that he was just curious for what I was going to say about that. But anyway, so the time goes on. And I also tell him, I meet your son. I tell him you're a good person, but maybe not a great father, because you don't have any contact with him hardly at all with your son after she leaves you. And he's like, why is she leaving me? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know all the particulars of everything. But anyway, so I go to Italy. And I tell him, he tells me everything when I get back. I spent a long time in Italy. I think I almost spent like a year, almost 6 months, I think. Or, well, I can't remember exactly, but it was 2007. And I had a lot of people that wanted to see me, and I did a lot of readings and this and that. And my mom wanted to go see a lot of saints. My father's passed away 3 years already. And so we went to go see a lot of saints there. That's another story I'll tell you about, but right now we're going to be focused on this gentleman that I'm talking about. We come back from Italy, and I go back to my normal routine. And it's like I was more busier coming back than I was before I left. And I was pretty busy when I left, because everybody missed me. Like, they were like, we have so much good luck when you're around. There's so much, good things happen. And I started to think, maybe this guy's right. Maybe I'm manifesting everything. Maybe that's all it is. But anyway, so I meet up with the gentleman. He goes, Birdy, I got something I got to tell you. I've forgotten that I told him that he's going to save a life. So he tells me he's on the 20th floor of a building, or 25 floors. He says, really high. I'm not stupid. That's what he told me. He goes, I know that if he jumps from this building, he's going to die. Doesn't matter. He's not going to break a leg. He's not going to live. No possible way. So I don't know how high it was. Over 25 floors. So he told me he was on the balcony, and the guy owed him $50. And for this gentleman, $50 is not a lot of money. But still, he gets a little irritated by it. But he's just about to jump, and he grabs him. He saves his life. He was going over. He told me he's going over. He grabbed him in midair. He told me, because I couldn't believe I did that. You know what I mean? I just couldn't believe I did it. And then I thought about you right away. And then there's a girl pregnant, and she had an ultrasound. She's having a baby boy. And I said, yeah, that's what he believed in everything I said. And he goes, you are the real deal. Because no more was he a skeptic. But he also said, don't use your information to harm people. That is true. Let me do that. He was laughing when he said that. But anyway, that's my story for today. I'm sorry it's 11 minutes. Okay, bye.